we answer the biggest question of all time. The 5-second rule. Is it ever okay to eat food that's fallen on the floor? See what our experiment uncovered.
That's terrible looking.
Plus, this is what 61 looks like. Christie Brinkley's secrets and shortcuts to looking great.
This is foolproof.
Coming up next.
Black holes, the Bermuda Triangle, the space-time continuum. All these things have remained mysteries to the greatest minds in science. But nothing has ever confounded man more than the mystery we're about to solve today. The 5-second rule. The time has come to finally rule whether the 5-second rule is really a rule at all. That's right, get excited. This is big stuff, very big. Today's show is all about how time matters to your health. Here's what else we got coming up. No one defies the laws of time like supermodel Christie Brinkley. She is 61 years old and looks better than ever. She's here today revealing her secrets to looking good at any age. Then, have you had the same lipstick for over 2 years? That's right, you. Do you replace your iPhone more often than your mascara? If so, you could be a makeup hoarder. So what you need to know if you have that condition, and let's get started with the 5-second rule experiment. So there are 3 major variables taken into account. They all play in this decision. Phase 1, what kind of surface is the food dropped on? Does it matter? Today we're testing carpet, very common, tile, really common, and concrete, not so common, but it happens, especially when you're outside. Phase 2, what about the food itself? Does it make a difference if the food is moist, like a piece of fruit, or dry, like a cookie? And phase 3, the final factor, time. How long does a piece of fallen food need to linger on the surface before picking up germs? Is it 2 seconds? Or could it be 5 seconds? The 5-second rule, or maybe it's as much as 5 minutes. Now, to assist with phase 1, I asked the help of Science Bob. He hit the streets to swab some of the surfaces we encounter every day.
Science Bob here, ready for phase 1 of our experiment, sample collection. Let's start here, a typical street, not unlike many streets across America. But what lies at the surface? Let's swab it. So this is my friend John's house. Now he tells me that his rug is very clean. I say, let's swab it. The next part of our experiment needs to be done undercover. Here, hold this. You see, we don't want to incriminate any cafe, bistro, or restaurant, but we do need a sample. Let's swab it. Now, I don't know if you've seen my favorite viral video of the year, New York rat taking pizza on the side, or what we're gonna find here. Let's swab it. All right, my work is done. Now, it's on to the lab.
That rat carrying that pizza, I think the rules are off. If a rat's carrying your pizza, that's done. 5-second rule. Thanks, Bob. Where the heck did that come from?
It's a little murky where it came from. There's actually a story that Genghis Khan had a 12-hour rule.
You know, my middle name is Genghis.
Is it?
Yes.
I did not know that.
How would have thought?
I wouldn't eat food that's 12 hours old, though.
No, that's a weird rule.
Yeah, and in fact, Julia Child was known for dropping a potato pancake onto her stovetop and then eating it. She said, you know, as long as no one's looking, it doesn't matter. So.
She might be right. We'll find out.
Yeah. Good.
All right. And how important are these surfaces, do you think? The 5-second rule.
The surfaces are pretty important because it has to do with surface area. So we tested 3 different surfaces, and one of them was carpet.
Yeah.
And we were kind of surprised, actually, that carpet had the least amount of bacteria transferred over.
Why would that be?
Yeah.
This is a petri dish, obviously, and we replicated these are bacterial colonies, right? These little red things.
Right. Each one's a colony.
So less is more in this case. So the less
Is
bacteria.
more. Fewer dots, the better.
Better. Okay.
So what happened here is when food falls on carpet, it's suspended by the fibers of the carpet. So you don't have much surface area. So there's actually less places that bacteria can transfer over to your food.
So kids should play on the carpet.
So yeah, play on the carpet, absolutely.
All
Sure.
right. Now, tiles. Now, you were in a pretty busy place when you sampled.
We were in a busy place, and that was tile. And you can see here, this was where we had the most bacteria by far. Yes.
That's terrible looking.
Lots of spots there.
The bacteria, they're making all kinds of fun things happen there.
Oh yeah, that is, well, when you think about it, there's a busy area, and obviously the more traffic you have, the more chance for bacteria to be put down. And tile is very flat in general, so you've got a lot of surface area. So if a cookie falls on there, there's lots of points touching between the cookie and the tile.
And how safe was that wrap? Because that was cement that he was pulling the pizza on.
Well, yeah, so he was pulling it on cement, and cement sort of came in the middle, which makes sense for two reasons. One, you've got all these little pits in the cement, so you don't have as much surface area. And then cement is not very fruitful for bacteria to grow. There's not a lot of nutrients there, so not as many opportunities for bacteria to hang out.
I thank you for doing this experiment,
no
risking
problem.
your life in the name of science.
No,
so what did we learn? Let's summarize here. The carpet had the least amount of bacteria based on our swab test. The cement and tile had the most. But does the kind of food matter? Let's find out in phase 2. We decided to test wet food like fruit versus dry food like the cookies I mentioned. And to help me, I brought in the world's foremost expert in dropping food. Please welcome a 7-year-old. Sophie, come on out. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. You look very professional with the glasses and the white jacket.
Yeah.
So just to test out what you think, what your mom may have taught you, if you drop food on the ground, how long do you wait before you pick the food up again?
5 seconds.
You do wait 5 seconds. Already at age 7, you know the 5-second rule.
Yes.
No wonder it's so ingrained in us. Isn't it amazing? So will you help me with phase 2 of the experiment?
Yes.
All right, come on over here. Now, this is a very dangerous experiment, some might think, but it's very practical because we do this in our daily lives. So you stand right here. This glitter represents bacteria, bugs, and germs that are on the ground whenever we drop stuff on it. And how we're going to do this experiment is very simple. Sophie will risk it all throwing either a piece of fruit or a cookie, whichever you would normally choose. Are you a cookie eater or a fruit eater?
Fruit eater.
What a good mom you have. All right, there's your fruit. I'll take the cookie then. All right, so take your apple, I'll take my cookie, and we're just going to very innocently, on 3, drop them on the ground. And we're going to see which one picks up more germs, which are this glitter. Are you ready? Does that look like germs to you? Not sure, maybe. It's different from the usual germs you have at home, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll see how impressed you are. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3, drop it.
Doctor, go like this.
Oh, is that how, that's how you're supposed to drop it? Oh gosh, I got a doctor name. All right, so we both dropped our specimens. Now let's go pick them up very carefully, be very precise like a surgeon would, and then you can tap it off.
Oh.
Okay? Oh, what a difference. Show it to the camera. What do you think about that?
This one is more.
That one's more. I think you're absolutely right. Don't you agree? Yeah. Right? We have learned that the wet has more of these germs than the dry, which is a very important observation. So the kind of food you drop makes a difference as well. You want to take that apple home with you?
No.
No, I don't think so either. You're very, very kind to do that with us. Thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you, Dr. Sophie. Nice jacket. All right, let's move on to the 3rd phase of our experiment. We're taking what we have learned from phase 1 and phase 2 of the experiment, and we're going to the lab and asking this very important question: does the amount of time that a fallen food lingers on a surface matter? I sent our core expert and lifestyle correspondent, Tia Brown, to find out, and she was more than excited.
Okay, so I'm pretty neat and I'm rather organized, but I have to say, if I drop something on the floor, I'm probably going to eat it. So I wanted to find out for myself, is the 5-second rule fact or fiction? So I'm here at the labs for NSF International, and I have to tell you, there's places like Disneyland if you're into science. But most important, we're going to find out whether or not you can eat off the floor. The scientists have created 3 equally germ-laden surfaces. One is tile, one is concrete, and one is carpet, the kind of places that we all spill things on. First, they sterilized them, and then they covered it with icky bacteria, like E. coli. Now that our surfaces are nice and dirty, it's time to drop some food. we're going to take both the moist apple and the dry cookie and drop it on these surfaces for 2 seconds, 5 seconds, and then 5 whole minutes and see what happens. Is it 5 minutes yet? Is it 5 minutes yet? Is it 5 minutes yet? Nope. So now that we've dropped all of our food on the floor, how exactly do we test for germs? Because I'm not eating it.
Right. So we've sampled our cookie and we've put it in this plastic bag with some sterile buffered water. And now we're getting ready to put it in our lab stomacher. This is a stomacher, and what it does is we'll put the sample in here, and it basically smashes up the sample with some water, and it helps to break down the food and release it into the water so we can analyze any E. coli that may have been picked up by this cookie.
Sounds cool. Now that the food is being digested by the stomacher, we're going to sit back and let the bacteria do its thing. And soon we'll find out whether the 5-second rule should be a rule at all.
The moment of truth. The bacteria from the lab experiment has grown over the past 5 days, and the results are in. Let me invite Dr. Charlie Hyman, medical student Dr. Charlie Hyman. He's from the medical team. He's kept them under lock and key. You're here. No one's touched this, right? So the audience will be the first to hear the results of this. Here we are. Here are the results. Thank you very much, Charlie. So, Scott, before I show the final results, can you put up that bar graph? This is the results of the bacteria experiment. When it came to the third variable, look carefully, everybody, you can see that the amount of time that food lingers on a surface, whether it's 2 seconds, 5 seconds, or 5 minutes, doesn't really make a difference. Those colony-forming units, the number of bacteria, are pretty much the same. So, taking all that into account, it turns out that the 5-second rule is not a rule. It doesn't matter how many seconds you leave it on the ground. For years, you've wasted time counting seconds. If you want to geek out at home, we will put the full results. We really did the study of our 5-second rule experiment on DrOz.com. Check it out and share it with your friends. Listen, up next, I reached out to #NurseNation for their favorite time-saving solutions, and you will not believe what you can do in only 5 seconds. Stay tuned.
Next, no one knows how much time matters more than a nurse. So when it comes to dicing onions or swallowing those pills, these nurses have the most surprising remedies
Drink the water all at once.
to fix them in just 5 seconds. Coming up.
Welcome to Nashville.
Burning health questions from country music stars.
What's the best thing for a hangover?
I get tension headaches. How can you help relieve that?
Miss Colorado hits the red carpet with remedies. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow. This November, we're taking your health to the next level.
I don't think anything's impossible.
It's a month of game changers. Take your health to the next level. Watch the Dr. Oz Show.
So moved by how loud and proud #NurseNation has been on social media. It's tons of wisdom. So today, I wanted to invite some members of Nurse Nation and give some of their favorite 5-second solutions, because after all, no one knows how much time matters more than nurses. The first 5-second solution came to us via Facebook. Nurse Virginia says she has a solution for crying when cutting onions. Here she's cooking Sunday dinner for her family. And we actually invited Virginia into the studio while she's cutting onions. So what's the secret? How do you prevent your eyes from watering over?
Well, Dr. Oz, if you're chewing gum while you cut an onion, it will help prevent the tearing.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. I discovered it because I'm always cooking, especially on football Sunday. I cook all day long, and
Oh, come on, be a man, smell it up.
I was cutting a lot of onions, and I was chewing gum, and then I realized I'm not tearing, so it...
So it was a coincidence. You observed.
Yes.
And you're not tearing at all, are you?
No, but I think you are.
I am. I have tears of joy seeing you.
Or is it because you see me?
Yes, look at that. Yeah. Those are tears of joy. Yeah. I'm so happy you're at the show, too.
Oh, thank
you. They need gum.
Yes, you know. So let's talk about this gum idea. Could this be true? Of course, I know it is because you're a nurse and you're so smart about these things. But when you chew gum, you bring all the air through your mouth. Now, normally, when you inhale it through your nose, the chemicals that make you tear up from an onion go right directly to the back of your nasal cavity and they snack your eyes.
Exactly.
But when you chew, you diffuse those odors. So give this back. You don't want to do that. You're crying for real now. All right.
I'm telling you, they need gum.
Yeah. Do you have an extra? You didn't give me any, did you?
Sorry, I used it all.
Greedy. Right.
I used it
so
all.
you want the breath to diffuse away any
Exactly.
irritants from going to the back of your nose so the glands don't get frustrated by the ears. I love that tip. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, stop cutting onions, though. You're gonna just, they're emotional as it is.
You can have them.
The next 5-second solution comes from a YouTube video sent in by a nurse, Verona, and a nurse, Zawadi, there at University Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Oz. My name is Verona. I'm Zawadi, and we're critical care nurses, proud to represent Nurse Nation. Every day we encounter patients that have difficulty swallowing pills. So today we're here to demonstrate our 5-second solution called the pop bottle method. First, you're gonna take off your cap off the water bottle, and then you're gonna take the pill and put it on the center of your tongue. You're gonna create a tight seal around the mouth of the water bottle. Now, very smoothly, you wanna tilt your head while pursing your lips and sucking on the water bottle. Oh, and there you have it, voila!
That was a really good idea. All right, the next 5-second solution comes from Nurse Glenn, joined by his friend, Fran. How are you?
Good.
You ready for this?
Ready for this.
All right, this is apparently a solution for hiccups.
Yes, it is. Fran, you want to do it?
Okay, so I'll explain it to you. So basically what it is, you're going to take your thumbs, you're going to be able to put it in your ears, and then you're going to take your fingers, you're going to put it up your nose like that, and then you're going to go like this, and then you're going to put it back like that, which is really good. It's not something you want to do necessarily on a date, because then if you spill the water and stuff, you look like a fool. And if you go like this and stick your fingers up your nose, then that guy's really not going to be attracted to you at all. But I think you pretty much got to, we just got to go like that, we just got to do like that, and
you talk faster than I do, which is really hard to do. Really hard to do.
I'm a little nervous. Maybe we should tell him why I talk fast.
Yeah, Dr. Roz, this is my friend Fran Capo. She's the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking woman in the world.
Are you really? Oh my goodness, the champ.
603.32 words a minute, 11 words a second, but I think, yeah, I do. And then they figured you talk fast, so I talk fast. So Glenn, I don't think everybody understood what I said, so maybe you should explain it to them.
I would love to.
I can do it faster.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we doing it in a draw?
Okay. Yeah. Put your thumbs in your ears here. It's hard to talk that fast. So, what are we doing here?
Here we go. It's really easy. All you do is take a glass, fill it to the brim with water. Take your thumbs, put them in your ear, and plug your ear. Then you take your index finger and plug your nose. Then you take your mouth and put it over the glass. You take the rest of your fingers, lift the glass, and then drink the water all at once.
Wait, my glass has more. I think you're trying to make me shut up. Oh, you should have practiced.
I almost choked. You know why this probably works? Because you have to hold your breath.
I'll only get rid of half my hiccups.
Is that why it works, you think?
Mm-hmm. Well, you're changing the pressure inside, because remember, hiccups come from your diaphragm spasming. When it spasms, then your vocal cords spasm, and that causes the hiccup. When you plug your ears and you plug your nose, what you're doing is you're changing the internal pressure. Then you're drinking the water nonstop till you finish it, and at that point, you've kind of reset it, like resetting a computer.
That's unbelievable. What a great insight.
Yeah, it's really good, especially when you spill on yourself.
And how did you learn? You could talk so fast. Were you talking to him in school?
No, I wasn't talking to him in school, but actually I worked at a radio station, WBLS-FM, and kidding around, I said I could do a real cool Mae West impression to call the character Junice Mae West long-lost sister. They threw the weather and traffic copy at me. I was like, oh, it's like the weather and traffic is. And then 30 seconds happened to do some from the news, said, what do you do? And then, then they asked me to demonstrate it, and I went on the Larry King Live show, and then when I went on the show, I broke the record doing 632 words a minute, which is 11 words a second. I'm not married. Are you surprised?
No. This is what most men are hearing no matter what. I love you. That's great.
Thank you very much, Dr. Oz.
Thanks to all members of #Nurse Nation. We're going to feature more of your solutions at DrOz.com. When we come back.
Wait a minute.
Hey, man, how much does it take? How much time does it take? I can't read that fast. All right, it's about makeup. Come back. The search is on. We're looking for a nurse to join our core team of experts to provide wisdom, expert commentary, and advice. If you'd like to nominate yourself or a nurse who's made a difference in your life, go to DrOz.com and click on #NurseSearch.
My name is Haley Jones, and I'm nominating Katie Duke from North Shore Lenox Hill Hospital, where she's an emergency room nurse. She would be a good choice for the nurse search because she's made it her mission to be a positive voice of nurses on social media.
Next, holding on to your makeup forever? How long has it been stashed in your bag? It could be making you pretty sick. We're cleaning up your cosmetic clutter and finding alarming results.
that 2-year-old lipstick contains traces of...
Oh, no.
Coming up. When it comes to your makeup, time may matter more than you think. In today's conversation, are you a makeup hoarder? And what does it mean for your health? So I asked the entire audience to bring in their makeup bags today, and they're obviously still applying it to their lips as I speak. You couldn't hold yourselves back, could you? Couldn't.
We love makeup.
You
girls.
love makeup.
Yeah.
You love it so much you could never part from it.
This is true.
I know it's true because we surveyed you guys. Here's the deal. I asked you to tell me how old your lipstick was, how old your mascara was, how old your blush was. Who's got anything older than, 3, 4 years old? Oh my goodness. Let me come over here. I gotta see this. What do you have?
I have concealer.
How old is yours?
11 years.
11 years? It's a nonprofit foundation? What is it? I mean, that's a lot of years.
Yeah, I've had it since high school, and I just, use it every once in a while.
Sentimental value.
Yeah.
Your friends give you a hard time about it ever?
They're actually just finding out.
You just found out.
I just found out.
You noticed that she moved away a little bit when you say 11 years. Right. So I'm looking at all the makeup bags and how much you guys love these things. So we decided to do a little survey. So we asked our viewers, and here's what we found out. 46% of you are going 2 years or more before replacing your lipstick. 53% are going over 6 months before replacing your mascara. And 55% are waiting over 2 years before replacing their blush. So here's the question. What happens when you're actually holding on to your makeup that long? We decided to find out. We took the lipstick of one of my producers. She became aware of it as we took it, but it was confiscated. And then we actually sent it to a lab after swabbing it to see exactly what was going to be on that lipstick. And apparently it's a fairly old stick of lipstick. So Lisa, where are you, Lisa? There she is.
Right here,
There's the culprit right over there. Are you ready, Lisa, to hear the results of your lipstick?
No, I think I could live in ignorant bliss a little bit longer, but, the show must go on. So.
And how old is lipstick again?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Here are the
right
results.
on that threshold. Yep.
One of my top producers still holds on to her lipstick for 2 years, despite working on the show. This is the culture results. That 2-year-old lipstick contains traces of streptococcus. There's the actual streptococcus right there.
Oh, no.
Right, cause infections. And here's the big one, gram-positive bacteria. That's a cousin to whooping cough.
Ooh.
Which can make you say, are you coughing? Yes.
Actually, I am developing something. I have a scratchy throat right now.
Oh, it could be your pre-whooping cough.
Hopefully not.
May I keep your lipstick, please, just to keep you healthy for me?
Yes, you could have it. As long as you get me a new one.
I'm gonna borrow yours. Can I borrow lipstick from you? I got you the lipstick.
No.
All right, I'll put the makeup expiration date chart on my Pinterest page, pin it to yours so you know when to clean out your makeup bag. They actually have smart rules for these things. We'll be right back.
Next, timeless beauty Christie Brinkley shares her secrets to looking so young.
What is going on? How can you not have aged literally even a day?
Great shortcuts to help women slow down aging without the Botox.
Really lifts the eye up.
Coming up.
Welcome to Nashville.
Burning health questions from country music stars.
What's the best thing for a hangover?
I get tension headaches. How can you help relieve that?
Miss Colorado hits the red carpet with remedies. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
My next guest, the 8th wonder of the world. At the age of 61, time seems to have stood still for Christie Brinkley, who looks virtually the same. Go ahead and applaud for her because she looks just the same now as she did 40 years ago when she became one of the world's first supermodels. And today, Christie is here to share some of her secrets to looking great. Please welcome my friend, Christie. So good. For everyone at home, you think maybe you put special filters on the cameras. Oh, this is what you really look like, which is remarkable. And we're going to talk about that, but first, if you don't mind. Every single person I ran into walking up here to talk to you asked me to ask you one question. And frankly, I saw it in the papers all week long. What is the deal with rocker John Mellencamp? I see you with him everywhere. The pictures, beautiful pictures.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, if you follow the tips in the book, maybe you could date a rock star, too.
Well, you're good with rock stars.
Yeah, I do like them.
Well, but you're avoiding the question. I mean, are you guys dating? Is he a friend? You play music together?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, that's good. Well, I like him a lot. I've always been a huge fan of his work, so thank you for being honest about it. This is an unbelievable book, Timeless Beauty, right? And I could brag about this book a lot, and I'm going to today, because I think it's wonderfully done. But what really amazed me is I actually found this book, which was published 30 years ago. I tracked it down. Look at that. You look exactly the same. I mean, it's unbelievable. She looks the same. And I must say, I compare these two images even to each other, and it's stunning to me. What is going on? How can you not have aged literally even a day?
You know, I thank you very much. That's a great intro. You know, I really can't. Well, I put everything in the book that I could think of that could possibly contribute to feeling good and energetic and happy, and I think that all of that contributes to it. But there's also little tricks, like little daily things that you can do, from makeup tips to definitely good nutrition plays a huge part. And I've been a lifelong vegetarian, and I really think that that plays a role. But we have everything in here, from exercises, nutrition, makeup, to things that you can do at the dermatologist, you know.
So you mentioned the dermatologist, and I know sometimes folks go too far with that stuff. I think you've done whatever you've done very artfully, but I understand you had an experience with Botox that was not ideal.
No. No. I decided, you know, everybody was kind of trying it, and so I went in and I thought, all right, I'll try it. And of course, it made my eyebrow go down like this, and it stayed like that for a couple months. Let
me see the eyebrow. What happened? It went like this?
One eyebrow, this one, went down like this, and remained like that. And you know, there's literally a link between the expression on your face and your mood. And when that happened, it really felt sort of depressing. You know, besides the fact that it was stuck down like that, it affected my mood. In the same way that a smile can lift your mood, just by putting the lips in a smiling position, it releases powerful feel-good hormones. Sure. So, smile.
Well, thankfully, you don't have to go to a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist, because you have thankfully created all these wonderful secrets and shortcuts that women can use to slow down aging without Botox. So let's go take a look first at the do's, the things we want you to do. And Christie's first to do has to do with keeping pimples at bay by stopping them before they become a problem.
This is foolproof. I mean, you know, as a model for 40 years, you know, you can't have a pimple. You know, it just doesn't work. Back in the days before they had retouching, it was really mandatory. And I came up with, the second you feel it coming, like some people, they feel a little itch, a little something, you run, like immediately. Speed is key. You get the cortisone, you put the tiniest drop, just exactly.
Go ahead, pretend, I don't know, find some, pretend it's a blemish
I mean,
here.
I'm talking the tiniest little drop. You have perfect skin, but we're gonna pretend right there. And tiny little drop, and then you seal it in with a mask of your choice. Put it right on top and let it dry over the cortisone, this one, and let it dry.
Let me see my beauty mark here.
Yes. Would you like one on the other side to match? There you go.
I'm smiling. I look like a clown. Now, my medical team checked this out, and you know, they're pretty tough on this stuff, but they actually love the idea, and especially appreciate the fact that the cortisone is an anti-inflammatory, right? It makes a lot of sense. And we can seal it in. It really amplifies its benefits. So we're gonna make it today's fix. You know, all month long we're doing this Fix or Fail series. This is today's fix, so pay attention to it. My daughters will like it as well. All right, walk me through the eyelashes, because you make a very cogent argument that our eyelashes really do, in many ways, predict how old we are. So if we can address them more proactively,
yes,
we'll look younger.
Yeah, well, as we age, our hair tends to get thinner, and not just on the head, but also the eyebrow, also the lash line. And by, you know, penciling in or powdering in your eyebrow and adding a few lashes, it really is a very youthful thing to do. They have lots of offerings nowadays, you know, from the tiny individuals to the clumps, which I think are really the easiest way. They're like foolproof. I use them with a little tweezer and apply them to the outer corners, and it really lifts the eye up. It's really great.
You're like a jeweler with these, very meticulously.
Yes, very well. With the individuals, you can really just get in there, and that's the most natural look. But it's also a little tricky. Sometimes they want to roll over. So, you know, there's little tricks that I give in the book for making that easier.
Now, these eyelash curlers, I mean, I see them all over my house. I've never personally used one. But you
haven't used one? The first time I used one, I pulled every lash out of my eye.
Oh.
I mean, I was in Paris, I was becoming a model. They said, get an eyelash curler. I bought it, I popped it on, whoop, and I did this, and every lash was on the thing here. But now the point is that this is a dirty one.
Yeah.
And
let me hold it here so I can see it better. You notice how dirty that is in there?
And that will grab your lashes, and that will pull them out. And also, sometimes it makes it harder instead of the soft thing, and it'll break your lashes off. So you want to keep your eyelash curler clean. It's really important.
Did I get it right?
Be careful you don't do what I did. Here, here we go.
This is like having eye surgery.
Don't you love that I told you the story about how I pulled mine out?
That's really deep in there.
Before I do this to you?
Oh, gosh.
I'm not pinching you, right?
No, not yet, but I feel, that is an eerie feeling. That's why men don't do that. All right, so up next, Christie's no gym solution for not gaining weight over the holidays. Stay with us. Don't go away. Christie Brinkley shares more helpful tips on looking great, from healthy hair to working out at home.
Especially with the holidays coming up, I want to stay in shape.
Her expert beauty advice will keep you looking young at any age. Coming up next. Time has definitely been kind to supermodel Christie Brinkley, who is looking beautiful and healthy and happy as well at age 61. Can you all believe that she's 61? I mean, you see her close up now. So Christie's going to share more tips for looking great at any age. Do you know how to hold a mic in front of the audience?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, John Mellencamp taught you that, I bet. I know he's taught you that. I'm so jealous. All right, so we're going to start off with Jennifer. Is that right, Jennifer? Yes. All right, let me see how you do it now. Oh,
hi, Jennifer.
So well done.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Christie. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Your hair has always been so beautiful and very shiny. Do you have any tips on how I can get my hair that shiny?
Well, number one thing is to avoid heat. So what I do is before I use the hot hair dryer, I use a micronized towel, which you can get anywhere, which reduces the amount of drying time. And I use styling products that are designed to use the heat to actually treat your hair instead of damage it.
Thank you so much. I'm going to try that.
We're in a speed round. She gets 60 seconds an answer. Who's over here? You got a question? Go ahead.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So my question is, I know I'm supposed to work out in general, and I mean, especially with the holidays coming up, I want to stay in shape. So I was wondering if you can give me any tips of some exercises I can do at home, since gym memberships can be pretty expensive.
Oh, sure. There's lots of things you can do at home, from dancing and, you know, riding bikes and all of that. But I want to show you the plank, which
I
is
want to do the dancing. Who do you dance with?
Okay. Oh, my daughter Sailor cranks it up.
I bet it's John Mellencamp dancing. I know it is.
Are you a Mellencamp fan?
I am actually, but he probably knows that. Here, come on up. Show us the exercise. We're gonna work out together. You get between us, and we'll have our coach here. So which exercise do you want to show us?
The plank.
The plank?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, let's do it. You know how to do a plank?
Because it's a total body exercise that really, you know, so we're going to get down here.
You like pain?
We're going to get on our elbows. And what you want to do is tighten your stomach muscles, and you're going to stay like this. Now you're going to pull your elbows without actually moving them in towards your hip. Ooh. Okay? So like in a downward motion, you feel your core tightening.
Yeah,
right? You feel that?
Was my back supposed to like...
No. All right, we're going to keep working on this. Christie's book, Timeless Beauty, is available now. And for a chance to win a signed copy, go to DrOz.com. Coming up, get back down here. Where are you going? Oh, man, I'm not by myself here. Help me out here. Coming up, how soon is too soon to go back to work after school? if you've been sick once you go back to work? The surprising answer is next.
Next, taking sick time isn't an easy decision, but you don't want to infect others. So when should you return to work? From stomach bugs to common colds, we break it all down. When is the right time you should head back to school or work? Coming up.
Today we've been telling you how time matters to your health, and now we're asking, how soon is too soon to go back to work or school when you're sick? Now, some of you get more sick over that decision, thinking about your angry boss or how much schoolwork your kids are going to miss, than the actual symptoms themselves. So today we're going to break it down for you. So the audience, let me just start off by asking, how many of you played hooky to join the show today? Hands up. Oh, perfect. Here, you know what? Who wants to go? You need me to, you come on down. How are you? What's your first name?
Danny.
Hey, Danny. Yeah. Is your
Nice
boss
to meet
watching
you.
the show, you think?
She probably will because she's going to find out I'm on it
Sure.
somehow.
And what excuse?
I love my boss.
Well, I hope she loves you too. What excuse did you give her when you told her you weren't going to be at work today?
But I had a terrible headache, and I usually suffer from headaches, so today I didn't though. Today it was about you.
Well, you're
Just
very
about
kind.
you.
So, in honesty, you're a faker, so I'm not talking about you. But if you had been sick, I want you to understand the rules of contagiousness. You think you're up to speed on them?
I think so, but I usually go to work even though I'm contagious.
Even though you played hooky today? All right, come on over here. So we're going to first talk about what actually happens in your body when you get ill. So I'm going to make a little animation here for you. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so we got the stomach bug here that gives you the runs and that kind of bad stuff. And we got the common cold virus over there. These are the two top viruses that keep people out of work. I'm going to walk you through the life cycle of the stomach bug first. Everyone, stay up with me. This is really cool. Okay, in the first 12 to 48 hours of coming into contact with a norovirus, that's the virus that causes the stomach bug, you're contagious, and you really shouldn't be around people. You're sort of like this, right? But the problem is, you actually feel just fine. So you have no idea you're even sick. And then the symptoms come gushing forward, and you start to have the nausea, the vomiting, the diarrhea. Sound familiar? So you call in sick, like you did today, right? And that can last up to 3 days. And during that time, you're highly contagious. Those 3 days, you don't want to be out. And then you start to feel better. So you start going off to work again, right? Driving away happily. The problem is that even after the body thinks you're recovered, you're still shedding viruses. You're still causing problems for the people around you. I mean, you can infect others. And that, unfortunately, is why the CDC suggests that you stay out of school or work when you have a stomach bug even longer than you think that you need to. The question,
a week?
Well, that's the question. You don't. You said like a week. You said
a week then?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it's forever.
How long you guys think you should stay out? How many think it's a week after you get better? Yeah, there's only a few hooky players like you. That was wishful thinking. All right. So I put the answer to your question under this goop that represents all the bugs and other things that come out of your body when you're sick. So for the stomach bug, you're going to need this many days extra at home, even after your body tells you you're okay. Go ahead and clean it up and see what it goes.
Okay.
Do you ever clean windows?
No.
You ever clean a car window?
No.
Oh my goodness. You pull it towards you. Oh gosh.
3 days.
3 days, right?
That's a long time.
Yeah, 3 days is a long time. I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
3
it's a
days is a
long
real
time.
problem. But that's actually what CDC and other professional groups say. You actually, in fact, it can be contagious for longer than that, but 3 days at least is the amount they say you be careful for. So
Okay.
if you go if you go to work within 3 days of feeling better, you want to have your hands be super clean. So use those sanitizers. Try not to be people, not a lot of skin-to-skin contact.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
Yep.
All right, now let's move on to the common cold. Here's the question. If you have the common cold, let's see how good you are here. How many days do you stay home after your runny nose gets better? Let's clean it up.
2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're thinking 2 days, and the answer is
Okay.
1 day. Nice job cleaning it, though. Nice squeegee
I
work.
learned.
Yeah. So for the common cold, you need 1 extra day
Okay.
at home afterwards. This is a big deal because most folks even go to work with a runny nose and a head cold and the
Sure.
like. I'm saying not only do you need to be careful about staying home, but you need 1 more day, which is, again, official guideline. So if you're going to go back to work earlier because you played hooky today, for example, you got to make up for it. Keep your hands clean or don one of these.
Wow, so this works.
It really does
When
work.
I was pregnant with my daughters, I used to wear this, and people thought I was crazy
Yeah.
because I didn't want to give it to them or get it from them.
Well, the
So-
problem I always had when I have people with masks walking around me, I'm keep wondering, what do they know that I don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone just knew I was nuts,
Yeah.
so it was okay.
So now I got one other thing. I have your boss on the phone.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes. Is that okay? No, I don't. I'm kidding you. All right. Remember, only you know when it's safe to go back to work, although in your case, I would do it after work, after the taping, run back to work, just for a little FaceTime with your boss.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very
Nice
much.
meeting you.
All right. Up next, the unlikely me time trend women swear by, and it could really help you de-stress and focus.
Next, find out how to de-stress and find focus. The unlikely trend women are swearing by.
The search is on. We're looking for a nurse to join our core team of experts to provide wisdom, expert commentary, and advice. If you'd like to nominate yourself or a nurse who's made a difference in your life, go to DrOz.com and click on #NurseSearch.
This November, we're taking your health to the next level.
I don't think anything's impossible.
It's a month of game changers. Take your health to the next level. Watch the Dr. Oz Show.
Today we've been showing you how time can affect your health. Well, there's a new unlikely me time trend people are swearing by that helps them calm down and unwind at the end of the day. Sales have skyrocketed on these things. They can't keep them on the shelf. So what are they? Well, it's what you'll be talking about tomorrow. But I don't know if you'll believe it today. I'm talking about adult coloring books. Sasha, for example, is in the new trend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So why are you so excited about this?
It's exciting. I don't know. It's a way to be creative without being active, and it's a way to sort of relax your mind and your body at the same time.
But beautiful little fox there. It's like
Thank
Dr.
you.
DeSoto. And so far, what about you? It's gotten pretty big, hasn't it?
It is. It's actually the biggest trend right now. Everyone is doing it, even my mom. And
Your mom's doing it too?
My mom is doing it. And actually, I've been doing it for 4 years, ever since those books started coming out.
It's 4 years old and I missed it already, huh?
It's just now becoming a trend like everything else.
And Mikhaila, let me help you a little here, Mikhaila. You missed a spot here.
Thank you.
What is it about this that makes you so calm?
Well, I started coloring because I work with kids a lot, and it's something that I've observed they can really express themselves really well this way. And so a lot of times their anxiety when they can't find the right words, it comes out in coloring, and I sort of feel similarly. So you can just spend a lot of time sort of channeling your energy into a nice rooster drawing that you've made here.
Yes, of course.
It
was really nothing. I just stayed in the lines. You know, it's fascinating. When you stimulate the creative part of your brain, you actually can relax.
Yeah.
Because you can, because you focus on things that are taking you to a different place and you get out of the little mind shell that sometimes we're stuck in. So I'm gonna put this coloring book page on my Facebook wall. You're gonna see right there. See it? I made it myself. No, I didn't. People who are talented made that. So I want you to save it, print it out, and then grab some colored pencils, easy to do. Take a little me time and color it in. I wanna see your works of art. So post them on Instagram with #MeTime, and I will look at them and give you some feedback on them. So remember, healthy and happy, where does it start? At home. I'll see you next time. Oh, that's nice. I make them jaundice.